Natural language processing is the field devoted to methods and algorithms for processing human, in other words, natural language, for computers to use. So it's all about developing algorithms to help a computer understand human or natural language. Now, natural language processing, often abbreviated as NLP, is a large discipline, the large different fields and subfields. Of course, we're not going to be able to talk about it. It can be a whole course on its own. But we're going to talk about the relevant parts of natural language processing that most interest us, specifically things that we need to do, need to learn, so we can train a machine learning model to work with text data. Given text data, what do you think are some of your concerns when working with text data? What are some concerns with text? Perhaps something that's different with text that make it unique compared to other data types, other forms of data we've encountered so far in this course. Well, text data is unstructured. Right, we just have words, sentences, paragraphs, and so forth. It's not clear. It's not, at least to me, it's not clear what you consider an observation. What is a single row? We don't have data in a structured format. What are the columns? What are the features when working with text? It's not obvious. So you can think when we're working with natural language, with text data, there's going to be a lot of pre-processing, a lot of steps involved in our workflow to get our data into the right format for a predictor or for some unsupervised or supervised machine learning model. So there's going to be a lot of upstream processing. And for these lectures, we're less concerned about specific machine learning models like support vector machine and random forest. We're more concerned about methods we can use in our data such that we can extract out, boost the signal that's buried in there, so a machine learning model can use that signal, understand the patterns, understand the structure to do whatever task we want to do. Now, with natural language processing, several applications include sentiment analysis, topic modeling, and language translations. Let's discuss certain key words when we talk about natural language processing. We have the word corpus. The corpus just stands for the body collection of text being investigated, and corpus is just Latin for body. So it's our collection of text. So you can think of it as a data set we'll be working on. Within the corpus, a corpus is composed of multiple documents, and documents are going to correspond to the unit of analysis. What are we going to consider a single observation? Let's go ahead and give examples to flesh out these two words. Let's say we're trying to do some sort of analysis with tweets. So we have a whole big pile of tweets. That's going to be our corpus, our body of text. In this example here, we can go ahead and call each tweet a document. And I know we use the word document in everyday life to refer to something else, perhaps maybe multiple pages of something, but in natural language processing, the document is simply a single unit of analysis, a single observation. One tweet, one observation. Perhaps we are working with Wikipedia articles. So our corpus is just a stack of different Wikipedia articles. In that situation, we have to decide what is going to be our documents, what's going to count as a single observation. We have more freedom here, but perhaps whatever we're trying to do, it makes sense to set a different article as a different document. So a different Wikipedia page as a document in our analysis. Or maybe in this situation, it makes sense to use paragraphs as our documents, or even use sentences as documents. So you have to decide. You have some freedom of what should be the document size. Of course, certain problems, it's more obvious what should be the document. For the examples of tweets, it makes more sense to go ahead and use each tweet as a document. But in this example here, working with Wikipedia articles, it's not so obvious. It depends what we want to do. We have to consider those trade-offs, and we'll consider that later on. You can think of if we have a very small document, in other words, we have sentences as documents, and we can have a large number of observations, but perhaps those sentences are very short. They don't have much signal in them, so that could be a downside. So we have to figure out that trade-off. What if we're analyzing the Iliad, so the epic by Homer? And let's not worry about translations, ancient Greek and whatnot. But let's say we're analyzing the Iliad with a certain translation. There, what could be our documents. So our text, our corpus, our body of text would be the entire document of the Iliad. In this case, documents, as before, we have to set what makes sense for analysis as documents. Perhaps paragraphs, a couple sentences, maybe even down to a sentence. So for this notebook, one of the things we want to do as a test case, an example to showcase natural language processing, is can we build a classifier to discern homonyms? Words that are spelled the same but have different meanings. Things like the word Python. Can we train a classifier to discern the word usage of the word Python? Does it refer to Python, the programming language, or are we talking about a Python, the animal? So that's our test case we'll explore in this notebook. We'll explore the different techniques we can use when we're working with text.